Hi, I'm Devin White for the Human Operating System. I am joined today by my wonderful dog, Layla. Hello. Can you say hello, Layla? Hi. Layla's a wonderful bull mastiff puppy, and she is currently up on my desk because we both like to have that kind of perspective. And today, the reason that I'm actually blogging is in celebration and tribute to this massive finding that NASA has made of a whole new form of life on Earth. Up until this point, scientists were convinced, as scientists tend to get, that there is only one kind of life form, and it has 6 basic building blocks. And those building blocks are carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, and hydrogen. Now they've found a new one, and that new life form has swapped out phosphorus, and in its place has brought arsenic, something that is poisonous for the rest of life as we know it. Right? So it's substituted in poison, and that's what makes it live, which is so cool. And the reason that it's so cool, I mean, there are a lot of reasons that it's so cool, but one of the things that's so cool about it is because now it's going to blow the doors off of where we can look for extraterrestrial life. Right? We just opened galaxies and planets that don't have to support phosphorus. They can support arsenic. They can support these other kind of life forms. But what's interesting about that in our lives is it's indicative of the way that we close ourselves off, the way that we limit our thinking, because we get addicted to our beliefs and our thoughts and emotions and the way that we do things and the way that we think the world should be. And, you know, I read one of my favorite neurological heroes, Robert Anton Wilson, said, you know, you can go from a liberal to a conservative in just 10 years without changing one belief. That was true in the 70s when he wrote that, but now in the new millennium, things are speeding up more and more, and what is absolutely critical is that we learn how to not be so addicted to our beliefs, that we learn how to be centered inside of ourselves. You know, the work that I do is all about helping people reset to that authentic, deep, powerful place where you know who you are, you know what you stand for, you know what you're here for. And what's interesting is when people are like this, they're way more open-minded and they're more engaged and able to take in new information. And they don't need to process the information as meaning a certain kind of thing. There was research that suggested that people, when they're afraid that they're going to die, become more adamant about the things that they believe. And they turn away people who believe differently. Now, the problem with this is that more and more, as our world speeds up, we need to be more open-minded if we're going to survive and if we're going to thrive and prosper in this new world. Because, you know, I'm talking to a 13-year-old the other day, and I said, hey, do you email Jasmine? And she said, email? Oh, you mean like text? Like texting? And she pulled out her phone, and I thought, wow, I'm a dinosaur. I'm a 33-year-old dinosaur because I still email, right? Mark Zuckerberg, who is the CEO of Facebook, said, you know, email, won't you just die already, right? Because email is soon to be a thing of the past. It was just born recently, right? So all of these things are just suggesting that the new common thread of life really is change. And what I've found is that people who cope best with change, people who can navigate the waves of change to use them and make them useful in their lives, are the ones who are deeply settled inside of themselves. The ones who know who they are and why they're here and what they're here to do. They know how to reset into their default state, and they're building their life as an expression of it. And today I really wanted to take this opportunity, that's what's going on with NASA, to make a tribute to open-mindedness, to neophilia, to loving new things, loving information, and to turn your attention just for a moment to ask you this question of, is there anything in your life that you really want that you've been trying to achieve but haven't been able to? Because I was on the phone the other day with a very good friend, Ria Sharon, and Ria said to me, you know, when there are things that you really want, that you've been trying for a long time to make happen and they're just not, what you really usually need to do is just let go. You need to let go and make room for them to actually happen. Because oftentimes it's something inside that you're holding on to, desperately trying to get the thing. And if you feel like you need it, it's very hard to make it actually happen in your life so that you feel like you have it. So you have to let it go. And when you let it go, what happens is the whole world opens up. And sometimes the thing that you were working so hard to achieve, when you let it fall by the wayside, it comes back to you. It comes back in your life in a way that works and that it's easy. Because when you're really operating from the depths of who you were born to be, life is easy. Things come up for you in a way that works. And, I know I'm not saying anything that's probably new to you, but sometimes we just need a reminder of that. Sometimes the folks at NASA need a reminder that even though their heads are literally in the stars, well, I guess that's not really literally, that even though their heads are in the stars, sometimes they need to get unaddicted from the things that they think that they know. I'm Devin White for the Human Operating System. Be well.